Thank you. Lord Buddha was not against idol worship. However, Lord Buddha had correctly comprehended the ulterior motives used by many Babas or Gurus during his era that were acting like an agent between devotees and God. God is omnipresent, so you do not require assistance of someone to help you connect with God. We must understand it clearly that a statue is not God. This is something that was very well known by saints and sages. But to ease layman's connection or relation with the higher power, idol worship was encouraged. It is not wrong to perform idol worship during the preliminary stages of spiritual journey. However, Lord Buddha was not in agreement with some of the beliefs of some Babas or Gurus that encouraged people to devote their mind, heart, body, or entire self to a very statue they worshipped. He was not in agreement as he saw to become a true God devotee, people had to go through tremendous complexities to perform tiresome rites and rituals for years that are not foolproof, and despite performing the rites and rituals for years, it cannot be validated if a person has become a complete devotee of God. And many times people did worry while performing certain rites or rituals as it was complicating their life, especially the ones in which someone has to wake up too early around 3 a.m. and people found it challenging to wake up so early as mostly people's work gets over too late in the evening after 8 p.m. and they sleep around 11 p.m. and waking up around 3 a.m. means only getting 4 hours of sleep, and due to lack of sleep their work performance hindered. Also, some rites and ritual lasted for long, and during that, people were recommended to avoid any type of love-making acts with spouse, and this compelled some spouse get into extramarital affairs. People get too obsessed with performing rites and rituals in front of a statue, they overlook that a statue is a symbol of God to ease our connection or focus towards God, but a statue is not God. People connect their good days and bad days or their success or failure with the statue that they worship. They immerse themselves to a ritual of a particular temple. They deeply believe that either a statue will bless them or they will suffer belligerence if they will not follow the rites and rituals of a particular temple, or will suffer if they will make any mistake while performing rites and rituals. Such beliefs are delusional. Idol worship is good and helps during our preliminary stages to understand God, but as a person grows, then must evaluate his or her devotion. Just like in school, every year academic syllabus gets tougher each year for the growth and development of students. Similarly, our devotion for God must elevate each year. After completing one academic year, we miss that very year when we enter new academic class and even wish the new academic class to be similar to past year. For our ease, however, due to design of syllabus, we develop and grow. Similarly, in the path of spirituality, we cannot develop and grow from the same type of rites and ritual doings every year. We must uplift ourselves each year and not remain obsessed with the same rites and rituals. For example, in school, if a person decides to learn the same subjects every year, then it will be a sheer foolishness, and person will not learn anything new, thus will not grow and develop. To attain graduation or master's degree, we have to start with school and then senior school. But if people prefer to remain in junior school all the time just because junior school is easy, then people will never attain graduation or master's degree, thus will never grow and develop. So we must have it clear that God is omnipresent for our growth and development. A statue is either a rock or a stone or made using wood, and considering that to be the supreme power with some divine power is absurd. In fact, many nowadays believe that considering the higher power to be so diminutive in the form of a stone or a statue is devaluing the higher power. Now, for those that have experienced some type of miracle by worshipping any statue, firstly, it is not wrong and it is possible that some miracles could happen, and it is not wrong to remain connected to that very temple. However, at the same time, we must continue to uplift our connection with God by elevating our consciousness and conscience. Also, if we take a delve into Indian spiritual history, we will realize that majority of times God took birth for the annihilation of evil. However, due to our positive biases, we consider God to always bless and forgive and overlook the fact that God also has the ability to punish. However, we do not come to know any God or any statue punishing the wrongdoers that pray in front of a statue. Even the policemen won't disagree to the fact that a lot of policemen do wrong or are corrupt, and majority of these policemen even visit temples to pay obeisance to a statue. But I've never got to know that any policeman that got punished or suffered in a temple while offering obeisance to a statue. Plenty of women, especially in Asian nations, suffer domestic violence due to their husband or in-laws. And I have never got to know any perpetrator of domestic violence against women that suffered or experienced any punishment while offering obeisance to a statue. If a statue can bless, then should also be able to punish. The same goes for corrupt politicians that despite looting so much or amassing so much wealth never get punished when they visit a temple. I will not disagree if someone thinks that corrupt people or perpetrators do suffer, so they may be getting punished outside a temple and nobody gets punished inside a temple, as I have noticed some wrongdoers suffering in life. Nevertheless, even the noble ones suffer. And if we dwell into global history, we will realize that majority of wealthy perpetrators escape punishment plenty of times, as they never get punished or as they never got caught. For example, Indian fugitive Dawood Ibrahim Kaskar. Probe history and present scenario and you will come to know so many politicians have so many criminal charges, but rarely any politician gets punished. Some may think that politicians live a beautiful life to their due to the good karma in past birth that they did, but I cannot comprehend why they do wrong or corruption in this very birth if they did good in past birth. Similarly, celebrities and some sports stars promote aerated or cola drinks despite they not consuming it, as it contains lots of sugar and sugar ages skin faster than anything else. And also, prevalence of diabetes amongst children has some connection with aerated and cola drinks. The suffering of children due to diabetes is well known by celebrities and sports stars. Despite that, they promote such drinks and never suffer any punishment despite visiting temples frequently and offering obeisance to statues and idols. Again, I state that worshipping a statue is not wrong as it helps to concentrate and focus. However, some people use statues not for focus but for fun. I have noticed many people holding small idols of Lord Ganesh just like holding a small child and taking photographs of it, and they feel like babying God. They do this as they find it amusing, as they get some sense of joy and feel light. They feel light because as a child we are used to play with toys, and they do the same with the idols of Lord Ganesh. However, we must understand that idols and statues are not for joy. Rather, the purpose of idols is for all to unite under one roof and discuss and work on the issues that affects us all and find its solutions and fix it. Idols must bring people closer to one another, and every year the idols that people bring, like idol of Lord Ganesh or of Goddess Durga, during that time we must unite to discuss the challenges and problems that we are going through, like poor quality of air, scarcity of water, adulterated food, noise pollution, how to speed up judgment of court cases, how to join all rivers, etc. But unfortunately, our society has forgotten the very purpose, and now people just unite to enjoy or party all night by drinking alcohol. It may sound absurd, but yes, people do drink when they bring idols. So it is not right for an adult to perform unscientific religious rites and rituals in front of an idol to appease or please God, to get some desires fulfilled, or think that as a particular statue or idol does not like me, thus my wishes did not get fulfilled. Such thoughts are incorrect. Considering that a particular statue can fulfill everyone's wishes due to some power is also wrong. Some people may believe that it happens, but it is just due to mere coincidence. Had it been true, then India would not have been a nation to have maximum poor people in the world, and hunger amongst poor would not have been such a big problem. India would not have suffered roughly 5 centuries of servitude and suppression, roughly 3 centuries by Mughals, and roughly 2 centuries by Brits. No other country in the world went through so many centuries of dominance. India has maximum temples and maximum prayer, rites and rituals happen in India only. However, it is wrong to think that just because India has so many temples and maximum rites and rituals happen in India only, so many Indians are poor and suffer. Also, we as humans knowingly or unknowingly hurt or harm others, and many feel guilty about their wrongdoings. And when they feel guilty about their wrongdoings, they pursue forgiveness by visiting a temple and seek forgiveness from a statue that they worship. This is such a wrong practice or wrong approach. Instead, they must seek forgiveness from the very person whom they hurt or harmed or cheated on. Ultimately, we must understand that idols and statues are there to help us have a better connection with God, and they are not God. And the best way to enhance our connection with God is by enhancing our consciousness and enhancing our conscience, because due to better consciousness and conscience, we can contemplate correctly. We must realize that ignorance and superstitions are like prison. Most humans do not claim their true sovereignty, almost wanting to be slaves. They like guidance and structure for feeling secure or feeling validated. They like to live in someone else's script. They many times, due to incorrect guidance, they imprison self in superstitions and pull their near and dear ones into those prison too. They never introspect what some Babas or Gurus preach. This keeps spreading superstitions and wrong beliefs. Introspecting can ward off ignorance and superstition. It is essential, as ignorance causes misery and sorrow. Lord Buddha was unable to corroborate with such acts, but was not against idol worship. If you liked what I said, then please give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, as I will upload more talks on such topics. Also, if time permits you, then please listen to my other talks. I wish you have a wonderful day and stay safe.